Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Soulful Diary. Today we are going to study a poem, Breaded Fish by AK Ramanujan. What does breaded fish mean? Breaded fish means a fish coated with breadcrumbs and then fried. Before we dive deep into the poem, let me give you a quick glimpse of the poem. The poem is divided into four stanzas with lines each. The poem is based on poet's personal experience he had as a child. The themes of the poem include the contrast between the East and the West and how a strong desire can be frustrating by a memory of something horrifying. The poem recollects how the sight of a fish brought back his dreadful memories of a woman's dead body on the beach. Indian tradition is highly criticized in the poem as it shows us the picture of a woman that the poet saw in real. Since the poem is all about the dish, it is notable that it belongs to a colonial country. What are colonial countries? Colonial countries are those countries that have annexed other countries for their resources and wealth. From the colonial perspective, the poet here shows us the effect of colonialization for which the poet was not able to see any cloths on the body of that woman, instead, it was covered by sand. Stanza 1. Specially for me, she had some breaded fish, even thrust, a blunt headed, smelt into my mouth. The housekeeper or the poet's mother had specially made some breaded fish for him and had even tried to put it in his mouth with the very rod in which it had been roasted. But the speaker pushed the breaded fish back because he found himself unable to eat it and looked hurt when I could neither sit nor eat as a hood of memory like a coil on heat. The reason for his feeling of not eating the breaded fish was that a certain memory had suddenly risen in his mind. The recollection of a past memory is described through a striking simile as a hood of memory like a coil on the heat opened in my eyes. That memory had risen in his mind like a coiled snake raising its hood on a heath. Stanza 3. Opened in my eyes a dark half naked length of a woman dead on the beach in the yard of a cloth. The poet is telling us that the dead body was partially covered in a yard of cloth. It occurred to him that the woman's dead body had been breathed by the great indifference of sand. The sight of the dead body made him imagine that the half naked woman was being eaten by fish. This greatly upset the poet. The poet was greatly upset by this scenario. Stanza 4. Dry, rolled by the ebb, breaded by the grained indifference of sand. I heeded for the shore, my heart beating in my mouth. The final stanzas of the poem, the poet is again recollecting the memory of woman's dead body on the beach like the breaded fish. The woman's body was covered with sand particles and a piece of cloth. It was a sight of horror and disappointment for the poet. Poetic devices. Enjambment. The poet has written the poem with the use of enjambment. Each line ends unnaturally before its natural ending. The poet has used imagery to powerful words to showcase imagery for the readers to imagine the entire situation. Simile. The poet has used simile in the stanza 2 as a hood of memory like a coil on a heat opened in my eyes. Thank you. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel.